Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So we are finally talking about the new Lisa Eldridge eyeshadow palettes. These came out a couple weeks ago. The internet went a little bit wild. I ordered a couple of palettes. So today we're going to swatch them, use one, maybe two, maybe just one, and that's today's video. So before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. As you know, I have my online beauty consulting service. This is a personalized makeup consultation. So let's say you have makeup that you want to purchase, but you're not sure what works for you. This is a one-on-one session where I can help you through shop products. So if you want to make an appointment for yourself or to offer a gift card to someone else, go ahead and click the link down below. Okay, let's go ahead and just do a really quick rundown on these palettes because being a week behind everyone else means that there's like 6,000 videos on these palettes here. So I'm certain you have seen other reviews. There are 6 palettes to choose from, and each palette has 6 shadows from Miss Lisa Eldridge. You can also purchase the eyeshadow singles individually. From what I understand, you can actually pop these shadows in and out. I'm not sure if I'll do that today, but in theory, you can pop them in and out. And so honestly, if money wasn't an option, I would have probably picked up all of them, but I have a mortgage to pay, so I do have to, choose what it is that I actually want. And they all look great. I think that there is like a different season for every reason, or whatever that expression is. They all look pretty. I think that each palette here is going to call to different people for different reasons. Personally, I was really tempted by the cool tones, the purples, and so that's what I went with. I got the Myth palette because that is just the beautiful purple palette here. So this is the case. It's a beautiful gold bar like this. It has the little Lisa Eldridge logo with the lips. I love that so much. And then inside we have our 6 shadow palette. I love purple eyeshadow, so I am so happy to see this. This is a mix of velvet, metallic, and also a top coat finish. So I was just wooed. Like, I love purple, I love color. I also love blue and green shadow, but I know it's very shocking, but I did not get the Sorcery blue and green palette. Just because I did not get it right away does not mean that I won't get it. Like, this is a permanent collection. You don't have to buy everything right away. If you want to, you can, but this is going to be here for a while. So if you want to wait, you can. I'm waiting because, I don't know, I was just wooed by the purple and also the cool tone palettes. So I also got Vega. I love cool eyeshadow, and I just feel like the market is really lacking in cool shadows. This here is going to be a mix of velvet, matte, and luminous and metallic finishes as well. I just feel like lately we've been so saturated with warm brown, red shadows. I think, we've sort of slacked a little bit on like the super warm red eyeshadows, but there was a moment where that's all we saw all the time, and I just don't see that much cool shadows, like cool taupey slate colors. I don't know. I just think that there isn't enough. So when I saw this one, I was like, yes, that's exactly what I want. I think that this looks really beautiful because, again, the purple, this one here looks almost like a cranberry. And then these lighter colors look gorgeous. We have this one up here, which is like Velvet Decade. This one, it's like a dark cherry chocolate. I don't know how to call it exactly, but I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these on the back of my hand, and then I'll also swatch Vega. So here we have the swatches of Myth. I love everything. I love this color the most. Ugh, I just love it. It's like a lilac gray. I love that. This center shade is the topper shade, and it is exactly that. It feels like a topper. It swatches like a topper, so it is true. This one here, it feels really buttery. I haven't actually worn them yet. I'm waiting for today, but it feels very buttery, very smooth. And then these ones here, the purple is pretty. This gives me like a cranberry. And then, yeah, this one here, depending on the light, is purple or gray or taupe. It's perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. I'm so happy. So let's go ahead and swatch Vega now. I think I'm just very happy. I'm very happy with this. This is exactly what I wanted, the color story. So here we have our beautiful cool toned palette. What's interesting is this color here, this matte, almost gives me like a blue. It's like a gray blue. So it's very cool. I love this one. It's going to be so perfect for blending in the crease. This one here is like a dark matte black, but then I like this balance here of like a brown, but it's not too warm. It's just perfect. This looks lovely. This looks like a really easy everyday palette. And you may be thinking this looks dark. You don't have to go into it. I'm just so excited. The dilemma now is to figure out which palette to wear today, which color story, because I think I'm gonna go into Myth. I'm just wooed by the purples. I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 looks, one look on one eye, and then for Vega, I'm gonna use it again in the next couple of videos and like get ready with me with other products. So I mean, I would just wish I had more real estate to use more of these palettes, because it's either I just use one palette on one eye and then the other palette on the other eye, or just this one here on both eyes, because there's 6 colors. So I'm not going to use all 6 on one eye. That's a bit much. Everything that I'm wearing today, because I did do my base off camera, everything is listed in the description box down below. Go ahead and check that out. And all the brushes that I'm going to use for my eyes, I'm going to list them down below as well. So I think to start, we're going to go into this velvet color here, this beauty, and I'm going to use a fluffy blending brush. And I've already primed my eyes off camera. As always, it is the NARS eyeshadow primer, my absolute favorite. So this here is just going in the crease. I'm sort of just blending it a little bit everywhere, because this is going to be like a base, and then whatever is left is just going on the bottom lashes here. Now let's go into this really gorgeous rich eggplant color here. I'm just going to pack some on the brush. I'm knocking it off because I did do the base. I mean, I can always correct it if I need to. There may be fallout with this. There's a tiny bit. Ooh, wow, that's really pretty. It's just so purple. I'm going back into that same little blending brush from before, just to blend out some of this purple here. And I might go into that little center pink color here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try this. Oops, it was being shy. And I'm going to place this in the crease here. So I'm just going to encourage the purple shadow to be blended, and I'm blending it with the purple and pink together. I'm taking this pencil brush from before, and I'm just going to add a little bit of this purple here underneath. And I think I will also add some of that pink from the top as well. Moving on, I'm going into this top center shade, and this one here is the topper. And I'm going into this Angie Hot and Flashy A505. The only reason I'm mentioning the brush here is because this one here is meant for topper colors, for shimmer. So it's really just ideal for this type of texture. So I'm gonna go ahead and load this on and also knock off some extra. And I'm just going to press onto the lid here where I haven't added color yet. And then just gently sweeping a bit. This color is very pretty. It sort of has a bit of reflection where it's either pearlescent or pink or purple. It's a very nice mix here with this palette. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the other eye for now. Let's go into this color here. This is the Velvet Decade, or Mauve Decade, sorry, but it's a velvet finish. So I'm gonna go ahead and pack some of this on the lid. Now let's go back into my handy transition shade here with a separate clean blending brush. And I'm just going to go into the crease here just to gently pull up some of this darker color into the crease. And I may go ahead and add more of this darker color a little bit higher as well. As usual, I'm just taking a little bit of that first brownie color and I'm just sweeping it very lightly under the bottom lashes. And then I'm also going to go ahead and add a little bit of that taupey transition shade on the bottom lashes as well. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and take a little like short pencil smudger brush and I'm going to go back into the first color that I used here. And I think I'm going to bring this dark color a little bit everywhere. I'm going to just wrap the eye with this single color here, like this. I'm going to take a little bit more of it and bring it up just a little bit higher because I have hooded eyes and you can't always see the color if my eyes are just like looking like this. So I'm just taking it up a little bit higher. And then last but not least, taking this beautiful color here, I'm going to pack some on more of a flat eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to press it in the center of the eye, not in the inner part, the center. So it's going to create a little bit of a halo effect with the darker color on the outside and inside. And then I'm just going to take a little bit more of that darker color and just adding it on the inside and outside here, just to make sure that halo effect didn't get erased from that shimmer color that I added. Okay, there is definitely fallout. There's more fallout on this side. I think that darker purple had more fallout. There's a little bit of fallout here. I did my base first because I was trying to be more efficient, but I think I would go ahead and do eyes first like I normally would and then do the rest of the face. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clean this up a little bit. I applied my new Chanel Sublimage concealer. I let every concealer set for like 30 to 60 seconds to just let it perform even better. Tip. Let's talk about the launch. So I placed my order the day of the launch. Like, what day was that? November 14th? 11th? I don't know. It was a while ago. And I placed it like at the hour of the launch. And I had to wait quite a bit to get my package because I waited like several days, maybe a week or two, and I never got, like I got an email confirming when I placed my order immediately. But then afterwards, I kept seeing people receive their packages. Obviously people in like Europe would get them first, but then I saw people in like Toronto and other parts of the States get their packages. And I hadn't even received like any shipment notification. So I had to email customer service. And then the next day I got an email saying my package was out for delivery. So that happened. And I do have to say that there is a lot of duties that you have to pay. Like, I think I paid like $56 in duties to get the pallets, and it's almost the same price as like a whole pallet. And I understand that, you know, businesses have to operate in a way to be profitable, but it's just like, that's a lot of money. Like, that's a lot of shipment cost, you know? Like if I was buying something from Sephora and it was costing me $56 to ship, it's just a lot. And so like I understand, but at the same time, it's so much money. And that is genuinely one of the reasons why I rarely order from Lisa Eldridge. Like, I love the brand. Obviously, I love Lisa Eldridge. I love her channel. I love everything she does, but I would purchase more if I didn't have to pay such high fees at the door for like one product. You know what I mean? Like, I'm never going to order one product from her. I need to wait until I need several, because it doesn't even make sense for me to just replenish one lipstick for like that many, to pay that much in the duties. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that because I'm Canadian. I have a lot of viewers who are Canadian, and I'm guessing that it's everywhere. Like if you live in the States, which I know a lot of you who watch me live in the US, do you also pay really high duties when you order from Lisa Eldridge? Because I'm just curious. And like, I understand, you know, at the end of the day, it's a business. Like, she's there to pay her mortgage and to pay her bills and to pay her employees. And so I understand, but I guess I was hoping by this point that maybe the brand had gotten big enough where, I don't know, it would be not included in the price, but somehow just, I don't know. I was hoping by this point that paying duties at the door would be gone. Yeah. Because I understand that like when a company first starts, maybe they have to charge higher in shipment and pay for duties, things like that. But I was hoping by this point, you know, now that it's established and going well, that could go away. We'll see. But anyway, let's move on to eyeliner and mascara. I'm going to use a black waterproof liner. I think on this eye, I'm going to like wrap the whole thing around a little bit on top. For this one, I think I'm just going to keep a light, fresh line on top and tons of mascara. This is the Dior Show Pump and Volume mascara in black. And I'm just adding a bit of blush. This is my Clé de Peau blush duo in 101. I think this is called Plum Flower. I just think it'll be a nice pairing with this palette here because it does give me plum, purple, and pink. This could be a really pretty palette for spring, this eyeshadow palette here. But I mean, I like purple all year round, but when it comes to spring, I love seeing purples and pinks. It reminds me of flowers and, you know, new flowers, new life. For the lipstick, I also used Clé de Peau. This is number 16 Arissimum, and it's a satin lipstick, but it's sort of like a perfect everyday pink. It's not too pink, it's not too flashy. It kind of just like balances this purpley pink palette very nicely. All right, this is the finished look. I created two very distinctive looks with this palette. I'm happy that I just used one palette today because 6 shadows is a lot. And with this eye, I technically used 3, but you could just use 2. I just want to show you that just because there are 6 shadows, it does not mean you should use all 6 at once. These are 2 very different colors, like very different color stories. So let me know in the comments, which eye look do you prefer? Do you prefer look number 1 or do you prefer look number 2? I think that, honestly, I like both. They're very pretty. One is a bit darker. They're both a little bit dramatic, but I think they're very pretty. I would wear either one on any day, any occasion, but that's just me. So leave a comment down below and let me know what looks you want to see with the Vega palette, the cool toned one. I think this one also will have a nice versatility to it because you do have super dark colors, but you have some lighter colors. I think this is going to be great. I'm really happy with the palettes. I love the color stories. I love the payoff. There is quite a bit of fallout, but typically I do my eyes first. So I would just say do the eyes first, especially if you're going into that dark purple color here, do eyes first. But yeah, that's it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know what you think of your palettes because I'm certain you've received your products by now. Let me know what you picked up. What did you purchase? I know that with this launch, she also had some new lipsticks as well. I was just more wowed by the eyeshadow colors because I love eyeshadow palettes and I'm glad it's just 6 shadows. Nothing like that's like not the cutoff for me, but like I prefer a quint. 6 shadows, okay. And the fact that it's Lisa Eldridge, I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and get them. And everything was super creamy, super buttery, very pigmented. The only shade that was a topper shade was the one that was indicated it would be a topper shade. The rest felt very creamy, very opaque, very blendable. So quality-wise, it feels fantastic. It wears fantastic, very easy to use, very user-friendly. So yeah. That is that. So on that note, make sure you are subscribed because I know almost half of you who watch me are not subscribed yet. So what are you waiting for? I know a lot of you have watched 4, 5, 6 videos already and you're not subscribed yet. Just go ahead and click subscribe. And on that note, I think that's all I have for you guys for today. So thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you have a beautiful day and I'll see you next time. Bye.